Start. Hello, my name is Barry John, and welcome to Into the Breach. I have a co-pilot with me today, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Laylite. You may recognize me from other Barry John collaborative Let's Plays.
Yes, and this is a game in which he is much better than me at I am, and he's agreed to, backseat driver me as I bumble my way through failing to save humanity one more time.
Oh, I just have some practice is all.
Yeah, he's got practice, he says. You haven't done your impossible run yet, or whatever the unfair... Yeah, unfair is what it is. So...
Well, you go ahead and take the lead. I'm not going to try and take the controller from you, but if you have any questions, feel free to pitch them my way, and I'll try and make a judgment call.
Well, I haven't played this as much as you have, so I haven't unlocked everybody yet. And some...
All in good time.
Yeah. On reset turn, shield and 2 move, after move, repair. I like Kai as a generalist.
They are very powerful, and they probably one of the most powerful pilots they introduced in this update.
Yeah.
I see that your last traveler is a corporate pilot. I'm sure there's a story about that one.
Very, very bad things happened.
The lone survivor?
Pretty much. And I haven't exactly unlocked all of the squads yet either, so... I've got...
Yeah, that's fine. They did, like, a coin rebalance for Advanced Edition, and they, made some of the base game squads cheaper so that when you install the update, you would have enough coins that you could pay for the new squads.
Yeah. But... honestly, I want to try and get a couple of these achievements for some of these guys here, like try to get some of the Steel Judokai.
Yeah, Steel Judokai's achievements are not that tough. You could definitely do them.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely set them up.
Yeah, Steel Judo. So, have a mech armor absorb 5 damage in a single battle. Have 4 enemies die from enemy fire in a single battle, and mass displacement. Which is...
the first one takes a bit of, intentional setup, but those latter two are basically how the squad's meant to be played, so you'll kind of get those two by accident, if you just play for long enough.
Yeah. And it's the judo mech here that has the armored on it to help him absorb hits.
That's right.
But...
it's actually one of the best mechs in the game. It just comes with a slightly questionable weapon to start out with, but it's a real... this is a nice squad. Just takes a bit of work to make it work.
Yeah. I'm thinking of putting Kai on the siege mech here because it gets the most out of her boost.
Sure. 2 damage to a whole bunch of tiles right off the bat. That's an upgrade you'd normally have to buy. You'd have to pay 3 cores for that. And you just get that almost, not quite for free, but on the first turn, that'll be nice.
Yeah, and because she's boosted at full health, that also, I think that increases the movement as well. But yeah.
I think it's just, the boost. It's 2 separate statuses. Boosted is more damage, and, opener gives you boosted and movement, is how that works.
Fair enough. And this is why Laylite is much better than me at this game. I am not a good player at this game. So I'm going to just play it
it's on... alright.
Play it on easy. Because I feel like, being easy.
Well, think of it this way. You should be able to clean up that much easier, and that'll give you enough breathing room to get those achievements to unlock the rest of the squads.
Mm-hmm. So,
Into the Breach is a tough game. There's no shame in playing it on easy.
Yeah. Archive has their own rock scion. RST has the... is that the poison one?
That's the boost scion. That's the one that gives all the enemies damage.
Okay.
You might think that that's a problem, but in practice, it honestly kind of isn't.
Pinnacle has anti-fire, but considering I'm not running the Flame Behemoths, that's probably not going to be as much of an issue.
And there's not much fire on that squad either. Or that island.
Yeah. And Detrius has, spiders and the blob. Ooh.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. So, I almost want to take out the blob. I don't know, do I want to take it out sooner or later?
So, I'm obviously not going to launch into, a giant, 15-minute long philosophy spiel about how I select islands, but just to make a long story short, I wouldn't like to try this here because you have a lot of high HP enemies, and like the Arachnid Scion is kind of an action sink, and the Blob is an action sink. I'm not sure if you're necessarily ready for that in terms of statistics.
Yeah. Pinnacle is pretty good because I don't have to worry about the Scion's effect. I almost want to just get Archive out of the way.
I'd probably go to like maybe like RST or Pinnacle here, but the moths are kind of yucky, so might be like Archive or Pinnacle then. Because this squad, Steel Judoka in particular, really likes fireflies and the hook things, the snails. Those are its best friends.
Because of all the maneuvering going on in the impact damage.
Exactly.
All right, well, let's do.
It's easier to get them to hit other enemies.
Let's do the Archive then. Ooh, say. Oh. Chronology Hall.
Alright, well, you've got a bottleneck. You'll have to do Chronology Hall eventually, but you could do the other mission first if you feel like it.
Let's have a look at it here. 3 repair uniforms take less than 3 grid damage, but I'm starting at 1 HP with all my guys. But I'm looking at where those repair bays are, and it should be pretty easy to hit those up on the first turn.
Yeah, that seems fine, and take less than 3 grid damage is like your standard default objective that hopefully you can get for free.
Yeah, play the game. Satellite launches is always I find to be fairly easy.
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky because sometimes the satellites get put in awkward places, but that map looks okay for it.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I'm almost tempted to do both of those, then head into this one here in the middle, and then up here just maximize my stars.
Yeah, I don't. In this case, I think the difficulties are roughly equal. I don't think there's really a wrong choice here.
No, yeah, might as well just move from right to left then. Alright, so, Mr. Tosser. These 2 guys. 2 snails to start with.
Yeah, so not to plug my own stuff too much, but usually I wind up just like taking like 5 minutes or some absurdly long figure at the deployment step here, trying to really figure out what these enemies are going to do and how I'm going to react. If they go here, what'll I do? If they go over there, what'll I do? On a map like this, though, it looks like you have enough coverage that you should be able to take care of them, no problem.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that there's no scarabs here that could be, like, hiding behind those mountains shooting at the cities from cover.
Yeah. And honestly, I think that the gravity mech is going to be the weak mech on this one, aside from the passive.
This map looks pretty bad for it. Maybe you can get some bumps in with it or something.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the one little comment I would add is you probably want to put the judo mech either on D5 or E5 or C5, or excuse me, C6 or D6. I'll ask you to go into the options later to turn on the coordinates, but my logic with that is, perfect. Grid coordinates. Yeah, that makes a big difference. Because obviously in this call, it'll be easier for me to point at specific tiles, and for the viewers, it's convenient too.
You'd put him in the backside here?
I would put them at the front, because it's a melee range mech, of course. And, like, basically my logic is that at D6, it has to, like, it has to move one more tile in order to get anywhere. Whereas if you put it can actually start walking through the cities, it gets, like, effectively one more range of movement. So, like, you don't really gain anything by trying to hedge your bets at D6. You just want to pick either C6 or E6 and go with it.
Yeah. And honestly, like, because Kai's here on the Siege mech, they're going to be dealing the most damage for me right now, which is... like
I'm a little concerned that things are going to get cramped, but we're just going to have to see where they go.
Yeah. Because these 2 guys are setting up kills here.
Yeah, but you want that. Like, if they shoot down the C file or the E file, that's fine. You can just move out of the way.
Yeah. Alright. Confirm. Oh no, everybody's red. Whatever will I do?
Okay, well, you've got some fair moves here at the start. I don't know if you're going to be able to kill either of those enemies, but you can at least get started on them.
Mm-hmm. Now, here's my question. If this guy just pulls me forward, do I get healed by the repair platform before I take the impact damage?
Oh, I am not 100% clear on the mechanic here, but I believe the conceit is that those guys' attacks works like this. They do the damage on the tile that they're highlighting. So, like, first the mech would take 1 damage, and then it would get pulled forward. Mm-hmm. And so I think what would happen there is the mech would get disabled and then pulled onto the repair platform and then revived. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what would happen.
Alright.
That's one of those annoying things where, like, you can't really use a reset turn to test that. You just kind of have to imagine what's going to happen game mechanics-wise.
So I'm just thinking...
So, I think there's a couple of moves I see here, but I'm interested in seeing, like, what your idea is first before I say anything about it.
Well, I was thinking, because I can free move and just undo moves without committing to anything here.
Yeah.
You and you pull you towards, just pull you in so you each take a point of damage, and then you...
Go ahead. Keep talking first, and then I'll tell you something else.
And then just toss this guy back over here, so he's pointing at the mountain, not at anything else. And then...
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
And then just move... I'm not sure, because I have to drop around you in order to deal my damage to you. Which means I'd almost...
Yeah. So there's a couple of factoids I guess I can point out here.
Okay.
The first is that the gravity well weapon on the gravity mech there does not work at point blank. It's an artillery range weapon. So unlike the similar weapon you might have seen from Zenith, you can't drag an adjacent enemy into yourself to hug yourself.
Oh, damn it.
The second thing is that due to the way that the artillery, I think it's called the siege mech.
Yeah.
You're kind of picking the center tile of that cross pattern, so that means that if you walk up adjacent to an enemy and then shoot over that enemy to the target that's behind it, you can actually hit the enemy into yourself.
So if I stood here, shot here, it would deal 2 damage from being boosted, and then impact of 1 here.
Yep, and that would kill it outright.
So, that.
Yep, that's a nice use of Kai's boost there for tactical value.
Yeah. Might as well get that out of the way. Actually, you do work on friendly units. Excellent.
That's right.
I noticed
there are very few things in the game that work differently on friendly units than they do to enemy units.
Yeah. I was also thinking, when I was playing earlier with one of the teams with a teleporter unit, you can teleport onto an you don't have to exchange units. You can teleport to an empty space.
That's right.
Alright, if I throw you there, I'm delaying dealing with you until later. And then that's 3 for 3 on the repairs.
Yeah, that's fine. He will steal one of your repair platforms, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You'll have 3 enemies to deal with next turn. And you've gotten your objective for 3 repair platforms at least.
Mm-hmm. And end the turn. Nothing else to do. Oh, Scion alert, Scion alert.
Well, there's that scarab I was talking about earlier.
Yep. But, hold on a second here. If I put you there and then... Ooh, friendly fire damage, that's not...
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's some way that you could finagle killing, the Scion first. There's like a lot of complicated stuff going on here, which is to be expected with this squad.
Yeah, and these two cities right here in the middle close off a lot of avenues.
Yeah, I don't think you're in trouble this turn. I think you just want to spend some time trying to figure out if you can get a really good optimal turn so that you'll be ready for next turn.
Alright, so I'm just looking at this here. Move you to here, flip you over. No, because then you'll draw in this guy, and then he'll be back in a position to hit me.
Yeah, I mean, at least everything here is only doing 1 damage, so, like, if it hits your armored guy, it does nothing, and if it hits your other mechs, then, well, you wouldn't want to hit your siege mech, but if it hits the gravity mech, that's honestly fine.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I would just try and finagle some way to get 1 enemy killed this turn, maybe even 2, and if you can manage that, then that's fine. I don't think you're going to be able to clear the board with what you have here, but you could probably get some damage done.
Yeah. Thinking.
So I think the way that enemy attack would work is it would do 1 damage to it. Or would it do 1 damage? No, why is it trying to... Did the preview say 1 damage? It should be 0.
No, because...
the hook does 1 damage. And that would get reduced to 1 by armor.
Remember, he's got built-in armor.
No, I was talking about the vac, the hook, the snail attacking the scarab.
Oh, this guy right here.
Yeah, that seems like a bug. It shouldn't be highlighting as doing 1 damage. It should be 0.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was talking about the E5 snail attacking the E3 scarab. Is that might just be how it displays armor? I thought it would be like armor 0. Hmm. Yeah, like that does not do damage.
Yeah.
So that might just be like a bug with how that's displayed or something.
Unless it's remember, I've got the passive here. Enemies do +1 damage to other enemies.
Oh, you're right. I'm forgetting about that. Apparently it's been too long. So yeah, it will be 2 damage reduced to by 1 by armor, so it will be 1 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
This guy doesn't really have much to do here, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm forgetting about the thing that makes this squad as good as it is.
I'm just going to start looping you around, because this guy's going to pop up soon and
that's just a bad spot for the gravity mech. It just can't do any work from over there.
Yeah, it's caught in the corner. And you, what do I want to do with you? I can put you here. No.
Yeah, like I think the best you've got is to, like, do 1 damage to the Scion, or maybe, like, break the C2 mountain or something. But, like, I think any amount of damage you can do to the Scion is good.
Just drop that, then?
Yeah, so things will get a little bit messier with 3 actual attacking enemies next turn, but you should still be able to handle it if your positioning is good, which it seems like it's better. Like, moving the gravity mech out was good.
Yeah, I'm just thinking here, because hit you, but you're not actually going to take any damage.
Right, the center tile never gets damaged.
Yeah.
So all that does is break a mountain and set the D1 forest on fire. It would be very convenient if you could move the siege mech to E6 and hit the Scion into the mountain, which would kill it. But unfortunately, your judo mech is standing in that spot.
And she's got -1 move because she's damaged. Or guy here.
Ah, right. Can't even make it that far. Yeah.
Yeah, it's stuck at 2 move.
So, yeah, your call on whether you want to damage the Scion by 1 or, like, repair Kai so that she has the boost again.
Hold on, I've got an idea. Just clear some mountains out of the way.
Sure, that's reasonable. That does something with the action, at least.
Oh, shoot, doesn't quite deal with them. I forgot about the...
Yeah, they crack first before they're destroyed. Another thing you could do if you want to reset your turn is you could yank the snail, the E5 gastropod. You could pull that into the fire at least.
True that, but then I avoid doing all the.
Yeah. Well, your call.
Yeah.
I mean, the plus side of leaving things as they are now is that you get like 1 progress towards that armor achievement, whatever that one is, hitting like blocking 5 armor damage in 1 battle or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so Vec Hormones gives +1 damage, which means that you get 1 damage through armor instead of 0. Got it.
Oh, that is a thing of beauty. This is...
Yeah. That's why fireflies and gastropods aren't so bad. Sometimes on maps like this, it's just so cramped that they can't do anything.
This is beautiful. This is a beautiful shot.
Mm-hmm. And it's only the beginning.
Do I want to toss you there? How do I want to ruin your day? Because if I toss you behind, then you're going to go up against the mountain there.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pity that Kai is standing on the 3 row, because otherwise you could pull the snail into the fire and then toss it. The problem is that we get an attack out. And it'd pull them into fire, so that's no good.
Yeah.
So, like, I think, like, either doing 1 more damage to the E5 gastropod or blocking a spawn, either of those would be fine.
Yeah. Deal the damage to you, get you out of the way. Then you get over there.
So, yeah, you're keeping control of things. There's only going to be 3 enemies next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's pretty favorable. You can basically do whatever you want. Go get some experience for your pilots.
Yep. You. Toss you. Too bad I can't just move you in the way, pull you into the fire.
No, but you could, one trick that I do like to use on this squad a lot, is, using the gravity well to pull the, judo mech into whatever it just threw, so that way you get an extra bump damage that way.
Ooh, that is a nice idea.
It's just one of the ways that you can get an extra damage out when otherwise the gravity mech doesn't seemingly have anything else to do.
Mm-hmm. And you... I don't want to stick you in the...
It can actually kill that hornet.
Yeah.
Yeah, from over there it's fine.
And it's an artillery mech, so being hidden in behind the mountains here doesn't really affect it too much.
Also, it's the last turn.
Oh, right.
Yep, so... little bit of trickiness as far as dealing with the cramped space, but otherwise that was fine. You had the firepower to beat that mission.
Yeah.
It's when you start needing to get 2-for-1s that this game starts getting tough.
Mm-hmm. And time to go to...
That was a good warm-up.
Yeah.
That was a good warm-up.
Time to go to Chronology Hall here. Okay, so I have a Scarab and a Gastropod here. Let's put...
I think one other nice way in which this island is going nice and easy on you as a nice warm-up is I didn't see any Webbers in that Vec lineup there.
Yeah. You there, Siege over here, and you right here. Because this way you're out of immediate line of fire, so you can abuse boost from turn 1.
Sure.
Now that I'm not worried, because... I know you spend lots of time trying to figure out first turn, like, well, this guy's covering this line, this guy's covering over here, I can maneuver here, everybody's happy.
Yeah, and you do have to do that a lot on cramped map layouts. On open ones, it almost doesn't matter as much, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like when there's no webbers on the field, when your mechs can go wherever they want to go, it's actually usually not that bad. Okay, well, we have a beautiful shot with the siege mech again.
Yep. Hold on, because I don't want to destroy you. That's the thing. But hold on. Oh, this is.
Yep.
I am seriously tempted to just end the turn right now.
That's pretty good. I think you might be better off killing the enemies, but, like, that's not bad. It's good that you're thinking in that way.
Yeah. Because I can go here, throw you over here, where you won't deal any damage, and then that is a push as well. So I have to.
That's right.
I have to be really careful about that.
On the plus side, though, it is a really nice way to get that one extra damage, as we've seen earlier.
Yeah. I might just have to bite the bullet and deal 1 damage to that guy.
Are you talking about knocking the snail into the satellite?
Yeah.
There is a better option.
Oh?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Undo move. You mean that one?
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes just telling someone there's something better is enough.
And then you throw you for the kill.
Yep. That's how you play Into the Breach. Just knock the enemies into each other and do lots of damage. It's only once the enemies start having, like, alpha levels of HP and, like, other complications that you might not want to do that, but that's, like, usually the first thing I look for is, can I just kind of smush the enemies into each other and kill them?
Yeah. Okay, I want to make sure everybody's out of the way of that. You... Oh, I can't really throw you.
That's right. You gotta be on the lookout for that kind of thing.
So you're going to have to get that. Attack order. You'll deal 1 damage to that. So if I move there, throw you over. And then, as you said, pull.
Yep.
Like that.
Yep. So you'll notice that actually gave 2 XP to the gravity mech, which is unusual, because, like, usually that has trouble getting kills. So I like to be on the lookout for that kind of thing.
Yeah. And that's the one down...
So now you have just 1 measly enemy for next turn, so you should be fine.
Yeah. The benefits to playing on easy.
Wow, you actually can't hit that Hornet with the siege mech.
Yes, I can.
Well, without hitting a building.
Oh, you're right. Crap.
I don't see any way for you to sneakily, like, combine your forces to get the judo mech over there to a spot where it can throw it either, so you're gonna have to let that one go. Thankfully, it's not hitting anything, but if that were an Alpha Hornet, that could have been a real problem.
Yeah, I'm just... You get to live for this turn, buddy. Your friends, on the other hand...
Alright, that's it. No friends.
Yeah, no friends.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, since you're blocking those, you can't, like, raise them to kill them, but that's fine. It cuts down on complexity a little.
Yeah. And it's the last turn anyway, so I'm not sure how many I'd be able to...
It's the second to last turn.
Oh. Right, because this...
Satellite's still gotta launch.
Right. God, having...
Alright, well that wasn't so bad.
Yeah, having that boost is just so important. So, it's easy mode. Repair, repair, repair.
Yeah, I mean, at the risk of pointing out the obvious, if you just kill the enemies fast enough, you will stay on top of them, and they won't pile up on you.
Mm-hmm. And hey, these guys get a front row seat to the rocket launching.
I hope they were wearing their sunglasses.
Yeah.
I like Dewey. He's probably one of my favorites of the CEOs. He just has such a nice, joyous enthusiasm about his job.
Yeah. Kill 5, okay. Oof. You know, like, being the Judokais in this was actually pretty good, because being able to just throw people into the water is always good.
Yep. Suplex them.
And this is a nice, wide open map.
Yeah, this is a good combination. I like the combination of instant death, environmental hazards, and the kill X enemies objective.
Mm-hmm.
You will have to make sure that enough spawn that you can meet that requirement, though.
Yeah.
But otherwise, just go to town. Like, looks like you've got a nice firing range here.
And I want this guy up here because I have to basically mentally turn the map sideways in terms of how I'm approaching this, because of this is the danger zone. So instead of going from upper left to lower right, I have to consider the fight as going from lower left to upper right.
Yeah. Well, take heart. You know, at least this is a tidal wave mission. It's not the chasm map.
Mm-hmm. So I can stand in the water if I have to.
Exactly.
Except you float. Oh, that's
a little bit of an annoying spot.
Yeah.
Looks like you don't have, you have some ability to cover that, but you're gonna have to get a little bit creative as far as movement order is concerned. I can see a couple of different ways to handle this.
That takes out... That does grid damage, which I don't want.
If you'd like a little bit of motivation, I can tell you that there is actually a way to kill both enemies this turn.
Okay. Oh.
No, I'm wrong. Actually, that won't work. But you can at least kill one and injure the other.
I want to get this guy out of the way. Because I don't want to lose the emergency batteries. Because I could just move this guy around here, flip you, and then...
Yeah, that would do 1 damage to it and light it on fire, which would be nice.
Yeah, I'm just thinking here.
So you have a lot of different ways of dealing with the Scion. I would try and come up with a plan involving multiple mechs to deal with the gastropod.
Yeah, like...
That's the puzzle that the game has given you this turn.
Yeah. But I also want to do it without damaging these guys, which is the problem here. Because if I do that, that just pushes it away, but it takes out the building and the time pod.
Mm-hmm.
Same problem here, because I'm not actually changing anything, I'm just picking up the time pod. You don't have a ranged weapon, so... Wait, you... No, because if I put you there and I try to pull you, that doesn't work.
Were you talking about pulling the judo mech one tile?
No, hold on. I think I know what I can do here. If I put the judo mech here, throw you out of the way, that opens up your movement so that you can go here.
Yep, that's right. Now, you will still have to be careful of the gastropod will then be shooting down the D column towards the D6 city. But then the Scion will be in the way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so... And then that's the extra damage from the Gravity Mech's passive.
Yeah. I mean, in this case, it won't matter since it's at 1 HP, but that does solve the turn. I think there was possibly a second thing you could have done that resolved in the it taking damage, but I think that's fine. Actually, at this point, since the Siege Mech hasn't moved yet, you could go to, like, D2, actually, would be pretty good.
D2 is here.
Or, excuse me, D5.
Right here?
Yeah.
And then just do that?
Yep. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that you have to be on the lookout for, is, like, making sure that each of your mechs is doing at least one productive thing in the turn. Even if it's, like, a minor thing, at least it's doing something.
Yeah. Although that is blocking off an enemy spawn there, so... That's...
Yeah, you won't get it this turn, but at least you'll get it the next turn if you can avoid blocking it again.
Yeah. Everybody bring their swim trunks? I know exactly how I'm going to do this.
Oh, there you go. Yep. Sometimes you just need a bit of spectacle.
And I've already moved you out of the way because I didn't want you to take bump damage. But 3 enemies on the last turn, I can handle that. I hope I can handle that.
Yep, and you only have to kill 2 of them.
Yeah. So let's just repair and end the turn. And see what is given to me.
Okay, no hornets. I'm impressed.
Alright.
You're almost done. Like, all you need to do is kill the B2 Scarab, and you can call it a day.
Yeah. Actually... Oh, nope, don't want to do that.
Nope, don't do that. Please don't bomb the emergency batteries. There you go.
Do this.
That's better. Much better.
And then, because the environment goes first, so those guys will drown.
Yep. So, your choice on whether you want to collect the pod now or just have, like, a beach holiday.
But just damaging the enemy doesn't give me XP.
That's correct. Yeah, like, you get the same amount of XP either way, it just gets distributed differently based on whether it's the environment or, like, a non-mech doing the kill, or if the mech gets the kill directly by doing one of its weapon actions.
Yeah, I think it's time for a beachfront holiday.
Alright. Just let the water just soak through.
Yep.
And we get a nice resort-side waterfall out of the deal, too.
Yeah.
Good show.
You saved me. And pod bay doors, Hal. Oh. Ooh. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's,
It
could be something that you could put on one of those other mechs, at least. It doesn't do much damage, but at least it's damage that doesn't move the enemy, which is occasionally useful.
Yeah, but it doesn't have upgrades to it. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't want to replace the gravity well. The gravity well's doing its job fine.
And
it's just like a sidearm you could put on one of your other mechs.
Yeah, but then I'd also have to...
You could even move the Vec hormones around if you want. It looks like it doesn't even cost cores anymore, so you could just put that wherever you want.
Yeah. Because you do not need the assist. You don't need a second gun. But do I want to... Because I get one shot with this guy to deal 1 damage.
Yeah, that's not much. You probably have better things to do with the core than power that up yet. It's just another option you can keep in mind for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to think of what, like, I even spend my first core on in this squad. And I think it's usually either, like, extra movement for the judo mech, or maybe, like, 1 move for the siege mech so I can get started on trying to get the damage upgrade on it. It looks like building immunity. Oh yeah, that's right. So I can actually tell a little bit of a story here. Prior to the Advanced Edition update, that building immunity thing used to cost 2 cores, and plus 1 damage used to cost 2 cores. But I think they changed it now, so building immunity is just 1, and plus 1 damage is 3. Which is nice for the early game, I guess, but it means that, like, I can't rush down plus 1 damage as fast as I used to, which is a bit of a shame.
Which is also why I put Kai on it, because of the boost. And because...
Yeah, so building immunity would be fine for that. Like, all those things I suggested are good, but having more options for the siege mech is quite handy.
Yeah, especially considering just how much my hands were tied that last map because I didn't want to damage my own buildings.
Yeah. You still have to be careful about shoving enemies into buildings, but at least you don't have to worry about shooting them directly anymore.
Mm-hmm. And time to go... Oh, crap.
Well, you should be able to... You've got Siege Artillery. You should be fine on this map. Setting spaces on fire. We do wide area damage now. That should be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Honestly, Steel Judoka wants to set enemies on fire anyway, so that seems okay. This is not a super open map, but it's getting close, so this is kind of what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah. So, you throw the Scion. You have interesting things to talk about with this guy, and you help him kill you.
Yeah, that looks fine. I think, hopefully, you should be able to just kill those 2 enemies on your first turn.
Mm-hmm.
Get some fires going besides. Yeah, I think you can even kill the Scion rather than, like, putting it on fire, so it'll actually die on your phase, and then you can get full damage on the, gastropod.
Because I can do that.
Yep. Yeah, either that or pulling it into the mountain. Either one will work.
And that will set 3 tiles on...
Very nice. Lovely fire.
Yeah, but Kai loses boost at that point.
Yeah. So another thing, the alternative would be to walk Kai to D4 and do a similar shot. So you'd crack the mountain, but otherwise you'd get basically the same stuff done.
Do that way.
Yep. Lovely fire. Ah, it just warms the heart.
Oh, masochist!
Oh boy. Well, I guess that takes care of the -1 move.
Yeah, end the turn.
Alright, lovely. Yeah, I can see some more fire opportunities here.
Yep. You go here. Just keep doing what I'm doing with everything else. I'm going to have to repair you, though. But...
Eventually. 1 HP is just being efficient.
And then do this.
That will get Kai hit by the gastropod, which is not a huge problem, but you probably don't want that.
How do I want to deal with that, then? But it would kill the gastropod regardless, because...
it would block the spawn, but then you wouldn't have anything to do on the next turn.
True. Well, I would have to set things on fire without worrying about where I'm setting fire, and I can repair the judo mech.
Sure, the siege mech, sure.
Yeah, I'd be able to repair things up and get prepared for the last turn.
Yeah. I guess it's not quite as bloodthirsty as I would like, but it's alright.
Yeah.
Lovely fire. So yeah, Judo Mech is not gonna have a whole lot to do. I guess one thing it could do is it could, like... this is starting to get into very silly territory. Is it could throw the gravity mech into a forest to set it on fire, and then the gravity mech could repair.
Wait, you throwing it in sets it on fire?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So That's right. So that's a helpful mechanic. The damage takes place on the impact zone at the end of the throw.
Mm.
So that's the tile in which the damage occurs on.
But I was also thinking about just repairing you.
Yeah, that would be fine too.
That way, in case I have to do...
I just figure if you get the fires lit now, like you were just talking about having a free turn to get fires, take care of that now, and then next turn you can just focus on killing the enemies.
I've got 6. I can do this.
Yeah.
And that gives me my 8 on fire.
Like, you have plenty of choices. I would just make sure that you have, like, enough ability to... like, the E column, those 3 buildings in the back are kind of the real concern on this map.
But if I put you over here, I can preemptively put you in a position to pull things out of the way.
Yeah, I think that'll be fine. I just have a lot of, like, bad memories of, like, that E3 tile spawning an Alpha Hornet and then it going, like, all the way up to, like, E7 and, like, causing problems. I think you should be fine, though.
Yeah, because I am playing this on easy mode.
That's right. Yeah, I don't think I've seen any alphas yet on this island, so you're fine.
And it is Island 1, so... Okay, you have wasted your turn.
Must be the old, war PTSD coming in, imagining the enemies to be more powerful than they are.
And then... just murder. Oh, right, you're damaged, so...
Yeah.
What does Masochist do anyways?
I think it gives you plus extra move if you're injured, if I remember right.
Yeah, because otherwise you'd be down to 2 move with this. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, so...
Yeah. So, like, at this point, I guess you could kill the Scarab by bumping it into the mountain. Otherwise, like, you could just pick whatever you want to kill. Like, you could kill the Gastropod for, like, 1 more XP, but this is really marginal stuff at this point.
Yeah. And I set 1 more space on fire.
Okay. That's its own reward.
Mm-hmm.
Overachieving on the objectives doesn't give you any extra rewards from the CEOs, but it makes you feel nice.
Yeah. Plus 2 move when not at full health. Okay. Honestly, I prefer the extra damage, but I can also understand having the extra move.
Yeah, move is okay on artillery mechs. On this one in particular, you don't really need a lot of move, but like 4 or 5 is good.
Yeah. And Tumblebug.
Oh, that's gross. That's probably my most hated leader bug in the entire game, right there. At least he's only got 1 friend.
Yep. Creates 2 explosive bullets. However, I'm in a very nice team to avoid having him do that.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a very precise prime weapon that can just kind of yank him out of the way.
So I'm thinking this just to... Actually, no, I want to switch you because I want to be able to pull you this way if I have to.
Yeah, it's a real wild card what it's going to do. I have a kind of a hard time predicting its ability, but, well, we'll see.
Yeah. And I'm almost tempted to put you for 1 further back just to give you that extra opportunity.
Yeah. The thing about the Siege mech is, like, unlike the rocket mech from the Rusting Hulks, which has a directionality to its push, it doesn't matter from what direction the Siege mech is shooting a tile, just that it can shoot the tile.
Mm-hmm. And if this guy's generating the rocks, I might actually be able to pull off the move 3 units in 1 turn deal.
Maybe.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you can destroy some cities for that objective if you really need to.
And then
as
just
long as you
rewind
can
the
still
turn.
reset.
And then rewind the turn. All right.
It's fine.
Confirm.
It's fine. Those other timelines probably don't matter. Probably.
Oh, that's a choice.
That is a spicy meatball. However, you have a very efficient action here, so it's fine.
I was thinking move you here, pull you forward so that you deal with you. Okay. If I pull you...
I was thinking just doing a ton of carnage.
What do you What are you thinking?
Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. Because those two enemies are diagonal to one another, Siege Mech has a great shot here.
Like this?
Yeah, that's a great shot. And it cancels the leader's attack because it's in water.
So then I can pull... Actually, you go there.
Yeah, that's great. So it's not quite dead, but it's most of the way there.
Yeah. Although you're taking...
I mean, I would be fine with it. Honestly, that leader is so annoying that, like, I am A-okay with Judo Mech being at 1 HP just so that it's easier for me to kill that thing.
And because Kai is still boosted, and I have building immunity...
Yeah, Kai is still boosted, and the Judo Mech has armor on it, so, like, even though it's at 1 HP, it's fine if it takes a 1 damage attack.
But don't forget, Kai also has building immunity, so it doesn't matter where this guy goes.
Yeah. I mean, it matters a little bit, but I think you can finagle a shot on it almost no matter where it goes.
Like right there.
Yeah, that's fine. I think you're winning this map now. No, don't do that.
No.
You'll want to back up a little bit more, but you do have a shot there.
If I go here, I can do this.
Yeah. So, yeah, see, it's a good thing I was at 2 HP. That made life easy.
Mm-hmm. And you... No, because if I flip you, you'll attack that.
That's correct.
And then you blow up. How do I deal with you? Move you there, flip you over here.
Yep, there you go. So you can't kill it this turn, but at least it's injured.
Mm-hmm.
And now you just have 2 regular enemies.
Or I just
the boulders are going to be a recurring problem, but you're fine.
I was just thinking blocking a spawn here.
You can. That's a little bit overzealous by my standards, but you can do it if you want to.
Mm. Actually, I'm just going to put you right here just to... Yeah, I'm going to put you right here.
Yeah. More meat for the grinder.
Mm-hmm. This is not a problem.
It is the opposite of a problem.
You. Repair. You. Repair. End the turn. And I think it's just combo time.
Yeah, just knowing that one trick alone really helps the offensive output of this team. Because, like, oftentimes you just wind up with situations where the gravity mech can't actually do damage, and so that way you can squeeze some damage out.
Yeah. But that is that for the first island. I have, with Leylight's assistance, successfully managed to navigate it in an hour.
Well, that's alright.
Yeah, it's about the length of time for one of your videos.
Well, we had to do a lot of talking and arguing. That slows things down.
Yeah. But, let's see here. Do I...
Well, you've got some solid options here.
Oh.
Ice Generator is great for cheating, and Abe makes it easy to cheat and get that one armored achievement.
Yeah, because it doesn't have to be on the same mech. It just has to be block 5 damage.
That's correct.
And then again, I saw you use this thing last time.
It is absurd.
Yeah. It's me.
Well, your choice.
I'll grab Abe.
Sure.
Spend reputation.
Pretty much in the spirit of this
All right.
squad.
Do I want to leave one of the corporate guys behind? Oh. Oh. I'm sorry, is this no bump damage on my turn, the passive?
Yeah, as far as I can tell, it's no damage, period, from anything.
Mechs cannot take damage during the player's turn. No more friendly fire issues with the siege guy. No more worrying about bump damage with,
Yeah, I mean, obviously if you still hit your own mech and it, like, slides into a building, then it would still damage the building. But otherwise, like, yeah, you can just pull, you can do that gravity mech, pull the judo mech into the enemy option, and that wouldn't damage it anymore.
Yeah. Which means I could do it every turn, pretty much, and not worry. Let's donate you. Donate you, because you have the least experience. Buy the network shielding and 3 reactor cores.
Yeah, it's an unusual option for this squad, but I'm sure you can put it to some use.
Yeah.
Usually on the lookout for, like, some kind of basic pushing weapon for the judo mech to use whenever the Vice Fist wouldn't cut the mustard, but you should be fine for another island, I think.
Yeah, and my option here is the electric whip, so...
Well, you look like you're in good shape.
Yeah. I'm gonna put you...
Armor does not stack, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. But you were actually... Oh, if I'm gonna start throwing...
Yeah, that looks like a good layout.
I was thinking put Kai on the judo mech, because if I'm gonna start throwing you into... No,
Yeah, I mean, it's your choice on whether you think 2 damage is more important on the judo mech than the siege mech, but we've seen how 2 damage and a bump can kill 3 HP enemies extremely efficiently. So that would be my preference, would be to keep that train going.
To keep the... Yeah, and especially considering it's 2 damage and the building immune, so... But now I have 3 cores to deal with. Oh wait, I need to put 2 power into that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's expensive. You know, an alternative would be to just make the judo mech do 3 damage on a suplex.
That's legitimate.
Yeah, like, there's a lot of damage profiles in this game, and plus 2 damage for 3 cores is one of the better ones.
Yeah, especially on one that... Yeah, having a 3 damage output on the second island, as well as Kai over here with wide area damage. And then you were here too.
Well, I only helped you spot things that were already there.
Yeah.
You came up with a lot of ideas on your own. The statistics of the mechs speak for themselves. The power is in the mechs, and, you know, piloting them correctly.
Yeah. Alright, so I think that's it for the first island. Thank you for joining me, Leylight, and hopefully we'll be able to, you know, do this again in the future, and you can help me go through another island.
With pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you indeed.